For millions of Americans, tonight's debate was must-see TV. With the nation at a crossroads, it provided a fresh opportunity for voters to judge the candidates on their positions, their merits, and their leadership.
Complete Bay Area news coverage starts right now. This is the 10 o'clock news on KTBU Channel 2.
Good evening. I'm Gassia Mikaelian, filling in tonight for Julie Hayner.
And I'm Frank Somerville.
I've been doing this now for about 25 years, and I still get just as excited now as I was in the beginning. I like telling stories. I like telling people stories. I like covering news. I like information. I like knowing what's going on, and I like telling people what's going on. And I like making a difference, because not every story makes a difference, but some stories you really can make a difference. And I also love just the immediacy, and in some cases the fact that you have to work really quickly. I'm a real passionate person, and I love to get amped up. And sometimes when you're out covering a story and you've got a deadline looming, you are really charged up and ready to go. I find that really fun. So that's me in the back of the Blue Angels. Went up for a flight with them. Unfortunately, I threw up right in the middle of the flight, which was kind of embarrassing because the plane has a rear view mirror, and so I'm looking at the pilot look at me throwing up, and then I couldn't remember where to put the bag once I was done. Sure enough, I put it on the ledge over here. He banks that way. I'm like, whoa! You got in my first Emmy, and that's Sydney. I almost tripped going down the stairs. My wife was ready to kill me. It's so important to have covered stories, because I know what it's like to be out there covering a story. I know what it's like. I've witnessed 2 executions. I know what it's like to watch someone die at San Quentin. And that is important, because the death penalty is going to be with us for a long time. And I have an intimate knowledge of how that procedure is carried out. And that's important for what I do. So reporting, having some reporting background is crucial for being a good anchor.
And you proposed to your wife on national television.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to do that?
Because I always told her that if I asked her to marry me, I would surprise her. And she was a producer, a television producer, and she always thought that she would outsmart me. There's no way I'd catch her off guard. And so it worked out perfectly. She was a producer on the Phil Donahue show, and she had no clue, and I totally nailed her. And it was just, when I look back on it, it's so embarrassing to look at it, like, oh, God, geez, oh. But it was just kind of a unique way of doing it, and it worked out. I would have really looked stupid had she said no. That was the only thing. I was 99% sure she wouldn't, but God, that would have been embarrassing.
That's Sydney on the left.
I adopted Callie at birth. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I had all the questions that you have when I'm assuming that people have when they're considering adopting. Will I love the child I adopt as much as my biological child, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the fact is that I just have 2 girls, and I love them both more than anything else in the world, and just I am so pro adoption, because it's the greatest thing I've ever done, and I know that I've made a difference. People always ask me if you ever start laughing, and that's one of the things that makes me the most nervous out here is if I start laughing, because I can't stop, and sometimes you're just gripping the table. We'll do some interview stuff if we wanted, particularly in the morning.
So when you sat down, Julie, she came in, the change out was really quick, and she was getting all ready, blah, blah, blah. And you were sitting there, and then right before you went, I saw you guys did like one of those little pound things.
Yeah.
That's your little secret move?
Yeah. We, it's just a way of getting fired up, and I look at it as we are a team out there, and I take that real seriously. I look out for her, she looks out for me. If we're doing breaking news and one of us stops because you've run out of things to say, the other one needs to pick up. And so then you can gather your thoughts. And so we're a real team out there. That just kind of signifies, how much of a team we are. And it's
That is Frank Somerville from the KTVU Channel 2 studios, and I'm Sarah Coco from the Academy of Art University's K-Art News.